What's up, guys? So today I'm actually going to start the first of probably 5 or 6 videos on feet. The foot strength, the foot control, and everything that we need in skateboarding, because we're constantly jumping, landing, balancing, stuff like that, make a huge difference in the ability for us to skate. Not only to be able to pop higher and stuff like that, because all that energy gets transferred through the foot, but also for small motor control, adjustments, balance, stability, and so forth. So a little bit about feet and ankles, because what happens in the foot directly affects what happens in the ankle. We have 2 different classifications of musculature that affect the foot and ankle. We have extrinsic muscle, which would be like the calves that function and flex the foot up and down. And then we have intrinsic muscles. These are muscles that all begin and end in the foot. These are very small, and this is for motor control, kind of like how we use our fingers to be able to move them up and down. These are all required for small motor control, fine motor control movements and things like that. And so getting the first step of understanding how to use a foot, we want to be able to actually be able to utilize the dexterity in the toes, much like we would want to be able to do with your hands. So I'm going to show you a couple little things that can actually help to improve the sensation that comes through and how you can read and feel through the foot, or what we would call proprioception. So discussing proprioception. Proprioception is basically a word that's used to describe what it is our body's doing in comparison to what our body is telling us that we're doing. And so if I were to stand in a position, basically if I was squatted and what position I was, how accurate can my body tell me that I'm in there? And if I have muscles that I don't really feel engage, they're not going to send signals to my nervous system, to my brain, to anything else that make that difference for being able to determine what adjustments need to be made to be accurate. Proprioception happens semi-naturally in some aspects, and then other times if we have dormant muscles, stuff like that, it can make it really hard to be able to understand good position, bad position, make adjustments, stuff like that. When in skateboarding, because we do make a lot of adjustments, let's say you're going in for a nose manual with an ollie flip out, or try to change foot positions while balancing, stuff like that. All that input coming in through the feet and the board, telling our nervous system what we need to do to be able to make those adjustments to stay stable, stay riding, and so on, are really, really critical to our ability to be able to perform. Many strength and conditioning experts actually agree on the fact that we should have much dexterity in the toes, much like fingers and stuff like that. And so training the feet to be really strong, so training the dexterity and the sensation to be able to say, hey, I'm only moving this one toe, or this one, and this one's absent, and so on. Having that ability to sense and read and be able to move, like if I try to move this one toe right here, I can't move that toe individually. I have no control over that sensation. And so the goal would be to be able to find that feeling for that toe and be able to create that. So then I have more sensation, more ability to be able to read what's going on in my body. Now, a couple simple drills you can start off with are called toe waves. So as I'm sitting here, I'm going to do just 1 foot at a time to basically wave through the toes, lifting and lowering 1 at a time the best way possible, and trying to manipulate that control of each one separately from one another. Like, I'm not very good at this because this is all stuff that I'm learning and applying myself right now. And so having that control over it can be really hard. So if I go the opposite way and try to lift my pinky toe first, that's really hard. I can put it down first, but trying to lift it first is like one of the hardest things in the world for me to do right now. So if we have these difficult things, these difficult dexterity controls that are coming through the foot, then we can actually try to find ways to create sensation of what it should feel like. Now, if we have a toe that doesn't seem to really respond or anything like that, one of the things that can be done is called a perturbation. Basically, providing it with some input, some response, something like that, to fight against it, create tension, create movement. so we can kind of try to get a sense of what muscle is involved in doing so. And so like right now, I'm tapping on my pinky toe, and so I can feel where in my foot it affects, and I can actually sense more just off of that to be able to move it downward. So if I'm tapping from the bottom, the resistance is the pinky toe trying to go down. So then I can feel, okay, well if I use this part of my foot through here, I can feel that part of my foot moving. I can actually have a little bit more control of the pinky by itself, which I couldn't do really a minute ago. And so practicing this little perturbation training actually is pretty cool. I can do kind of the same thing for the way up. So I'm actually going to tap on it, and I can feel some of that resistance. I can feel that movement going in through the top of the foot when I touch it. So I'm going to try to see if I can create that little bit and sensing that foot. Okay, I can actually feel it working a lot better. And so a minute ago, where I couldn't really pick up the pinky toe to make that wave, and this is like a live demonstration. Of course, this is pre-recorded compared to what you saw. I have not tried this drill before, and so this is actually kind of awesome. I'm actually getting more lift, more sensation out of the pinky than I had a couple minutes ago, and we can use this across all of them. So I can do it to this toe, and ta-da, I have a little bit of lift off that I'm trying to manipulate. This toe, I've had nothing. I've had no sensation whatsoever, and so I'm trying to find that muscle to be able to lift. And so tapping the top of that pinky toe down, I can kind of feel that there's some of the tissue coming through here, and this one might take a little bit more work than the other ones, trying to isolate it, but being that I've had a good response from the other, I'm sure with some time and some trial and error, I can probably find that muscle. So even right now with this drill, tapping on it, maybe not getting a lot of feedback, but if I push my finger against it and I fight my finger and I'm trying to lift it and push it up against that finger, I can feel the muscle that's coming along that foot still, and lifting and developing some of the strength for doing so. And so maybe I'll try to block off my other toes, whatever, but hey, I can lift that toe a little better. So this is a pretty cool, simple little drill. It's almost like a little hacking where we're trying to get response. We're trying to get the nerves to be able to feel what's going on. So then another little drill that you can do for being able to push on them individually is to, put fingers against the bottom of them and just kind of push against the toe, so you can find where in the bottom of the foot that you're having to find that resistance for that as we go along. So even here, I can feel where that control is. The more you use the nerves that are involved in doing something, it actually creates more of a coating around it, basically plugging holes where energy is being lost because it's still trying to find where that effort is trying to go. So these are drills that just really help with the proprioception, the understanding of the individual dexterity function of some of the small intrinsic muscles in the foot. Can this help skateboarders? In my theory, yes. In my theory, there should be no reason why this doesn't help give better sensation of foot, be able to make adjustments and be aware of where your foot is at, how it's responding, where your weight is at, and so on and so forth. And then that can make bigger adjustments into how the entire system functions relative to that. One of the big things that come with weak feet, weak arches, weak control of the foot is somewhere else along the way has to make up for it. So if the foot can't do the work, then the calf has to do the work. If the calves are weak, then something else has to create the makeup, the compensation for doing so. So the better each one of our individual systems work, the better everything works as a whole, and the better everything performs as a whole. And this is something that you'll see across very high-level athletes. So practice those drills on trying to roll and wave the toes, trying to lift and lower each one of them individually, developing that motor control and dexterity, and you'll improve the sensation and how much you can read what's underneath your feet while you're doing it. A couple good good tips are walking on smooth gravel. That actually really does a lot to fire up the nervous system. Walking without shoes on more frequently, but do not do this in sandals, because sandals force the toes to have to grip all the time, and that can create some hypertensive issues. People that wear sandals all the time sometimes get plantar fasciitis and other foot issues. So going barefoot without anything underneath, and little things like that make a big difference in the sensory responses of the foot. Make sure you stay tuned or stay subscribed to the channel, so as I pump out more of these videos in this series, you guys know when they come out. All right, see you guys soon.